We all make mistakes in our 20s and 30s, especially when it comes to money. And in this video, I'm going to share the 9 financial mistakes to avoid. Look, I'm not going to drag this out because the sooner you can avoid these financial traps, the sooner you can better build your wealth. Let's get into it. Number 1, depending on credit cards. We all know credit cards can help you build a better credit score, and sometimes having access to cash for unexpected costs like your car breaking down can really help smooth over big costs over a few months. However, if not used responsibly, these little plastic cards can also damage your credit, plunge you into debt, and force you into a cycle of paying high interest rates. In a bank rate survey, they discovered 49% of cardholders carried credit card debt from month to month, an increase from 2021. So make sure you don't fall into this trap. Generally, a good rule is to only use 30% of your credit card limit and always repay your balance in full by the due date. Number 2, spending more than you earn. Now look, I know this seems pretty obvious, but 1 in 10 of us right now are spending more than they make for 7 months of the year, which is horrifying. And as an average, people spend more than they earn 2 months of every year. So look, I get it's easy to overspend at times like Christmas or your birthday or a loved one's birthday, but spending more than you earn is one of the worst financial blunders you can make. It's an unhealthy habit that can lead to debt, drain your savings, and trap you in a paycheck to paycheck cycle. Number 3, not setting a budget. Spending more than you earn is almost always linked to not setting a budget. And before you think budgeting is easy, only 32% of US households actually do it, even though we all know how valuable it is to all of us. I founded and run a nationwide home buying company, nationwide estate agency, and my own personal property portfolio. And that just wouldn't be possible for me to do if I wasn't setting budgets. I wouldn't have grown those multi-million-pound businesses without budgeting. And of course, I treat my personal finances in the exact same way. I budget everything, and it helps me feel in control of my finances, of my future, and that really helps with my mental health. Number 4, not setting goals. It's hard to make financial sacrifices if you don't know why you're making them. Imagine you're a small rowboat. Your goals are like the rudder on the back of the boat. They set the direction and determine where you're going. If you commit to one goal, then the rudder stays put and you continue moving forward. If you flip-flop between goals, then the rudder moves all over the place and it's easy to find yourself rowing around in circles. But the one thing that is more important than the rudder is the oars. If the rudder is your goal, then the oars is your process for achieving it. The rudder is your direction. The oars dictate your process to getting there. It's far better to have fewer goals than many goals. Psychologists refer to a concept called goal competition. What this is your goals essentially compete for your time and attention. If you have too many of them, it's like you'll flip back and forth between them, and as a result don't really make any progress around any of them. You need to eliminate pointless goals and focus on goals that matter to you intrinsically. Number 5, not earning money in your free time. Diversifying your income means you need a side hustle, and I'm sure you've watched countless videos on side hustles before. But the important thing you need to consider is how you balance it against your main source of income. Because a side hustle doesn't equate to passive income. So if you're juggling your main job and that of a side hustle at the same time, the risk is you're going to end up burning yourself out. There is a simple hack to this though. You need to make your side hustle a passion, because if you can monetize your free time to generate extra income, what's the downside? In reality, you want your 9 to 5 to fuel your side hustle, and then the income you produce from your side hustle multiplies what you can invest from your main income, so that the whole thing eventually replaces your 9 to 5 income. Then you've achieved true financial freedom. Number 6, not building a good enough credit score. There will come a point that you will want to raise debt to leverage your ability to make more money. And you're not going to have access to low interest rates or easy loan approvals if you've got a crappy credit rating. The better you build your credit rating, the more trustworthy lenders will perceive you as, and therefore the easier it will be for you to borrow money and get access to far better interest rates. Number 7, making large and unnecessary purchases. Look, I get it. It's really, really exciting to make big purchases, especially when you start making larger and larger amounts of money, but you've got to focus on the bigger picture here. Like I said earlier, it's hard to make financial sacrifices if you don't know why you're making them. Cut out stuff that's a waste of money and focus on investing to build your passive income. If you find it hard to resist making a big purchase, maybe consider if you've got a compulsive shopping disorder, and if you do, acknowledge it and do something about it. Number 8, not having an emergency fund. David Ramsey has his 7 baby steps to taking control of your money, and to be honest, looking at these, I completely agree with them all. Provided you have no debt outside your home, then you need 3 to 6 months expenses saved and accessible. Keep it accessible until you've worked out how to predict the future. Number 9, not saving for retirement. I know retirement seems a million years away, but as you already know, time flies. I'll see you up here.